Can you go back once? Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I now request our chief guest to kindly address the audience.
Otherwise, I'm pretty loud. Begin my address. May I request you to put that slide of yours, which is a timeline slide, the journey.
Okay.
If you can get that slide, meanwhile I'll do my courtesies. If you can request them to get that slide, no, the one in which you have your whole journey.
I
The
get
year
that. Why?
2011, 2000, yeah, that. So, meanwhile, I must extend my greetings to Dr. Pritish Mukherjee, Director of Praxis Business School, Charanpreet ji, Founder, and Kamlesh Sajnani ji, Founder and Chairman. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and making me a part of this beautiful celebration of knowledge, celebration of thinking ahead of time, and celebration of joining an organization which has vision, which has vision for building India for future, and which is also a first. So it's indeed an honor to associate with yet another first in India. I have a lot of firsts in my bag, so I automatically connect with you there. And I have asked you to play this slide because when I was learning about Praxis and its journey, I almost had goosebumps because this is exactly my journey. I didn't know that. I think we were meant to be and we were meant to cross our paths because it can't be more similar than this timeline. And before I even go to this timeline, let me also share that coming to an education institute when I myself got educated in city of Kolkata, I did my 11th and 12th here. I learned all my leadership qualities and my love for sports. Everything happened here. I was the school captain of Kendriya Vidyalaya, Fort William. I have studied there for 2 years, and they were years of major learning and major transformation. My first ever English movie, or my first ever inter-school debate competition, my first ever going to a college fest when I had come to attend Xavier's Fest as the the honored students who were taken from the school. So a lot of firsts for me happened here in Kolkata. I even won my first swimming competition in Army, the Eastern Command Swimming Competition Trophy in Kolkata. So, a lot of memories, a lot of firsts for me here. And of course, I'm born in Bangalore. So, that's another connect I have. So, Kolkata and Bangalore are very important cities in my life. Now, if I take you through this timeline, 2007 was the first time I thought of joining athletics because I joined my sporting career as a swimmer. But 2007, I had gone to Taiwan for the first time, experimenting if I was all right to play in athletics. Then 2011, I won my first World Championship medal in New Zealand. That was also the first medal for India when a woman in athletics or across any sport won a medal for the country. And that was uh, really a changing moment because post that, all my requests, all my projects which I was trying to present to Government of India, talking about para sports and Paralympic sports, they were seriously considered, and by 2012 I was made a member in the 5-year planning commission as appointed by the HRD division of sports ministry. So 2011 medal was a very crucial medal. 2016, I'm known for that. The Rio Paralympic medal happened in 2016. And 2019 was again the first Khel Ratna awarded to a woman in Paralympics. So that was the highest sporting honor. And 2021, we have just heard all the achievements of Tokyo 2020, which we brought home in 21. And I got an opportunity to be the president of Paralympic Committee of India and lead from front and bring about those changes. And it makes me very proud and happy that I am sitting here and we're talking about our new India, India at 75. The vision of New India is global India, where we are at par. We are steering ahead in every field, be it be sports, be it be technology, be it be science. And as I was going through the presentation, I'm very happy to share with you that the experience of being immersed into a virtual sport, I'm very proud that we introduced this for our shooters. We introduced this for our table tennis player, and you can see the result in terms of medals. Because COVID pandemic struck, and our athletes were losing hope, and that's when the virtual world became our strength. We started hosting webinars. We started educating our athletes to use the web world and the power of internet and the web. We started educating them to learn through the videos that were present in the virtual world, download them, practice with them, and especially the shooters had this application in the laptops where they were shooting and the target was on the screen of the laptop and they could practice sitting right in their home because they could not go to the ranges and use the live ammunition. So this technology has helped us have a woman win a gold medal in the history of India when Avni went and picked up a gold and a bronze. This has the robotic applications used by Bhavina Patel has helped us empower a woman into sport and make her thrash Chinese to defeat. You have to see her, matches, and when you talk to her, it was a technology which came to her rescue. Now I'll talk about Sumit Antil. Sumit Antil needed 3 different prosthetic limbs, and when he walks, he's an amputee, our world record holder, gold medalist from Tokyo. If I take his example, he needs one prosthetic to walk, one prosthetic to do his heavy gym training, and the third is an athletic prosthetic limb in which he runs and throws the javelin. And you'll be surprised, we had to take him to the high performance computer electrode center where they applied all the electrodes to him and on the virtual screen actually saw where the exact pressure is, and on basis of that technology his prosthetic leg was built. So this is how it is important not only in our daily lives but as a sportswoman I can also understand. And when in 2016 I was actually world number 2, already taken 2 Asian records and 2 Asian medals in javelin. But in 2016 my event changed from a 600 gram, a very light equipment to throw, which is a speed event. I had to transit into a short putter. Shot put is a heavy ball, and in my body, the coach was not able to understand how to, make me do heavy weight exercises because my spine is totally cut. I have chest pillow paralysis. I don't have a bladder or a bowel control. I don't have torso balance. If I'm trying to exercise and lift both my arms, I roll over and I fall over. So once again, I was taken to check on my biomechanics. And biomechanics is nothing but again this kind of data analysis as to what part and what muscle is active, where we can see a twitch, where we can see a reaction, and on basis of that technology, my exercises were made. So, in short, what I'm trying to say here is that it is very important today, in today's world, for each one of us to accept that we will have a virtual interface in our daily routine. We have knowingly or unknowingly got absorbed into this, and pandemic has further reiterated the need of learning the virtual world, having these immersible experiences, and you'll be